Can we all agree Vivek Ramaswamy was one of the best things that happened to American politics?
Just shut the fuck up. At a certain point.
Yeah, I think we all know he wouldn't stand a chance against Donald Trump, but he's now risen to be one of the favorites in the Republican Party, even though he wasn't elected. He stood up against climate activists nearly every day, saying hard truths like carbon dioxide is a form of plant food, having more green land than ever, people dying to bad energy policies, how third world countries would beg to have our fossil fuel policies.
I think that the climate change agenda absolutely is a hoax.
The idea of placing our military at the border. We shouldn't waste our military resources for other countries that don't align with our self-interest. Removing the corruption in the three-letter agencies like the IRS and FBI. He exposed Nikki Haley for being part of the military-industrial complex through Boeing, and her being biased and wanting to send aid to Ukraine and Israel had major questions, especially when every 2 seconds she had to bring up Israel, so it's like she's running for the president of Israel.
We're marching towards fascism under Biden, and she should come nowhere near the levers of power, let alone the White House. Jack Smith has subpoenaed every last retweet that someone has issued from Donald Trump in the year 2020. The only person more fascist than the Biden regime now is Nikki Haley, who thinks the government should identify every one of those individuals with an ID. That is not freedom, that is fascism.
The fact that he would go on nearly every single podcast and news station that was offered to him. I even saw him on a YouTuber channel that only had 10,000 subscribers. He went literally everywhere, and I think this should set the standard for the next political candidates in the Republican Party. The main point is that there's so many things we can thank Vivek for, and I only see him rising even more to the top post-Trump, and perhaps he can serve in his administration to some capacity. And I understand he wouldn't, or because he said, but it's possible. If not, he absolutely needs to run for governor.
And I'm also making the decision that this has to be an America First candidate in that White House. As I've said since the beginning, there are two America First candidates in this race. And earlier tonight, I called Donald Trump to tell him that I congratulated him on his victory. And now going forward, he will have my full endorsement for the presidency. And I think we're going to do the right thing for this country. And so I'm going to ask you to follow me in taking our America First movement to the next level.